What's up, everybody? You're very welcome along to Thursday night late night agenda. I'm your host Craig, and as always you are very welcome along to tonight's stream. How the hell are we? Lots for us to get through tonight. As you can see with the stream title, we're not going to hold back. We're going to give our real thoughts on the FIFA Best Awards. Some stuff has come out over the past 24 hours that I want to talk about as well. We'll go through my prediction for the starting 11 for the game against Sheffield United on Saturday. Score predictions. We might even have a little look back over last night in the Reds win against the MK Dons. So much to get through, ladies and gents. How the hell are you? Let me say hello to some people in the chat first and foremost. Nobody can be compared to Batman. To Count Andre. I don't know where that came from, but I love it. And you're right, mate. Nobody can be compared to Batman. Batman is the one and only. It's off again like Ashley Cole's transfer saga. So Patrick Silt, his early prediction is 3-0 for the Reds. What else have we got? Kev's in as well. How are we? Joanne's in. Farwell just about to drive home from work in sunny Florida. Darkness, how are you, buddy? Right. There's lots for us to get through, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to wait for some more people to come into the chat before I really get stuck into it, because I don't want to have to keep going over it and over it again. And you know me, when I get angry, I get angry. So I'm going to try and hold back until the stream kicks off properly. Everybody's in and we're all good to go. Dave Sweeney's in the house. How are you, Dave? Adam Parks as well. Press Salah's in. I'm so used to ads. Well, you won't get any anymore, buddy. As I said, we've removed ads from the channel and stuff like that. So no more ads for you guys to see through. Yeah, happy days. The only people that we are working with, as you can see, is Football Index. You can see that from the screen image beside me there. And we have a special offer with Football Index. If you sign up using the link in the description below, you bet 20, you get 20 free. And that is a massive bonus. So thank you to the guys at Football Index for that one. All you have to do is click the link in the description below. It is a gaming site. It is a gambling site. 18 plus, UK and Irish residents only. But it is a good platform. I've said that many times before. I really enjoy using it. I hope you guys do too. If you do decide to give it a try, please do click on the link below or use the code AA20 and sign up. The reason why I'm saying click the link below, obviously it helps the channel. I'm not going to deny that part. But most importantly, if you click on the link below, it'll bring you to a landing page. And that landing page will talk you through everything about Football Index, how to sign up, all the rules and regulations, everything that you will need. So look, let's move on. Rigged, says Live Gamer. Rigged, right. I'm going to get straight into it now. I think we've got enough people in the chat that we can get straight into it. Right, there have been massive allegations made against FIFA that suggest the voting for the FIFA Best Award may have been rigged. Yep, I'm saying the word rigged. That's how strongly I feel about this. The Sudan national team coach and the captain of Nicaragua both claim that the votes published by FIFA in their names didn't actually reflect their choices. That's a fucking big accusation there, ladies and gentlemen. The Sudan coach says that he voted for Mohamed Salah as number one, even though FIFA shows what in the votes that they released that he voted for Lionel Messi as number one. The Nicaragua captain said that he didn't even actually vote. So any aforementioned FIFA vote put out by him is entirely false, because he never voted according to him. And as if that wasn't enough, ladies and gentlemen, the Egyptian FA have come out and they said that obviously they voted for Mohamed Salah, but that their votes were not counted because the signatures on the voting slips were in capital letters, so they were disregarded by FIFA. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this may seem like bitter Liverpool fans complaining about stuff, but once again, it just shows how fucking corrupt FIFA seem to be. And these are massive accusations made by people that have no connection. So we've got the Nicaragua captain, we've got the Sudan national team coach, and of course the Egyptian FA as well. And FIFA will of course do what FIFA do, probably sweep this under the carpet, give us some technical explanation as to why the votes weren't counted or disregarded, or, oh, it was human error and that's why these votes were shown as this when it should have been this. Either way, it stinks. It stinks to high heavens, ladies and gentlemen, and I want to know your thoughts on it. So please do let me know. Let me know your thoughts on it. Let me know if you think that it was right that Lionel Messi won the award, if it should have been Virgil van Dijk or anybody else. We all know there's massive issues around the 11 that were picked as well, the FIFA Best 11. That's a whole another day's conversation. But for this, I want to know your thoughts on the news that broke today, that there seems to have been some irregularities, to be very fair about this, with the voting for the FIFA Best Awards. Bernadette Farrell said, Craig, you're like a fashion model for LFC. I'll try and do my bit. I do try and do my bit. Yeah, I'm a Liverpool fan. I like wearing Liverpool stuff. How do I think Harvey Elliott will be? We'll get to all that stuff, ladies and gents. I just want to get your thoughts on this, the voting stuff, as things stand. Hey Craig, were we linked to James Maddison? Again, we'll get to all that. Again, this section is just about the voting, because I want us to all get this out of our system so we can put it behind us once and for all. For me, I was sure that it was going to be Virgil van Dijk that won that award. I'm sure everybody else was as well. And I'm convinced Virgil van Dijk will go on and win the Ballon d'Or. And look, it does sound like bitterness from Liverpool fans, but look, it doesn't really matter here if it was Virgil van Dijk or if it was Lionel Messi. If there is irregularities with the voting, then this shit needs to be addressed. We can't just sit back again and allow our sport to be fucking corrupted. Press Salah said, to be honest, I couldn't care who won if VVD and Salah Mane are better than Messi. Fair enough, mate. I get where you're coming from, and I respect your thoughts on the club. But at the same point, these are the people who are supposed to be looking after the game. These are the people who are out there saying the right things about racism. They're saying the right things about homophobia, and they're trying to act like everything is correct and that they're doing everything the right way. Well, then this comes out, yet again, more bad stuff around FIFA. And look, I don't care, I've got nothing to lose here. It doesn't make any difference to me as a human being if Virgil van Dijk wins the award or if Lionel Messi wins the award. But what does make a difference to me, and I'm sure it makes a difference to football fans all around the world, is the integrity of our sport. And if you have the head of the sport, FIFA, under these allegations yet again, and this is pushing aside all the stuff about Qatar and the World Cup and everything else that's gone on, it just seems to be one thing after another, whether it be fiddling the numbers for the Women's World Cup or the tickets that were sold. There's so much shit going on, ladies and gentlemen, and it's just not good enough. That's what I'm trying to say here. It's not good enough. It's just one more thing. One more thing along the line of things. And as Prez Salah said earlier on, doesn't really matter who wins it. Who gives a shit? If you don't care about winning the award or not, fair enough. I'm sure Virgil van Dijk isn't going to lose 1 minute's sleep over this. But, that being said, it stinks. It stinks to high heaven. And it pisses me off that we're having to sit here and go through this shit yet again. Time after time after time after time. Curtis Dalton said, we all know the history of corruption in FIFA, Craig, so it'll never surprise me. Okay, where else we got? Let me get through some more comments. They said that the signatures on the Egyptian FA votes weren't counted because they were in capital letters. Correct, Adam, and I did touch on that earlier on, mate. Yeah, they also said, I think, now to be fair to FIFA on that one, I think they said there was one more issue as well. It wasn't signed off by the heads of the FA or something along those lines. And they did say that they sent Egypt 2 reminders. I think this has had an impact on Mohamed Salah as well. I'm sure I read somewhere in a story that he's not happy over the way the Egyptian FA have treated him. Now again, if I have that wrong, I do apologise. I'm sure I read something similar to that in a story earlier on. Mo is better than Messi, said Liverpool FC till I die. What else we got? Just went to Rambo, was actually really good. Come home to watch the live stream from the legend himself. Thank you very much, Joseph. Lens-based media said FIFA corrupt. Look, I can't sit here without all the facts on the table and say that I know without a shadow of a doubt that FIFA are corrupt. I cannot say that. I can't say that in good conscience. What I can say is, if it looks like a fucking duck, walks like a duck, and quacks like a duck, it's probably a fucking duck. Do you know what I mean? Top end of football tree has been corrupt for years, said Peter van der Schaans. FIFA only looks after FIFA and making money, said Darkness. Makes no sense. There's Real Madrid players in the world team. They did nothing. Craig Adams, mate, I'm with you. I said, and I'm saying this as a Liverpool fan, to me it stinks to high heaven that you hadn't got a Bernardo Silva or Raheem Sterling or a single Manchester City player in that FIFA best 11. That to me stinks to high heaven. It really does. Craig, it's VVD was our best player last year, but Salah deserves it. I don't know where to go with that one, Prez, mate. I mean, I love Mo. Of course, I'm with you. I love Mohamed Salah, but Virgil van Dijk was the best player last year, and it isn't just for Liverpool, mate. This was Virgil van Dijk was doing it with Holland as well in the Nations League, so they got some great results in there as well. He performed magnificently for them. He performed magnificently for us. I think he'll go on and win the Ballon d'Or. I'm almost convinced he'll go on and win the Ballon d'Or. He deserves the Ballon d'Or, and as I said before, if he doesn't win it, if he doesn't win it, what does a defender have to do since Cannavaro to go and win that award? Christine Nolan said, I'm not surprised. Wait, did FIFA fix the votes? Is it? Now, I'm not saying FIFA fixed the votes. What I'm saying again, I'll just reiterate, the Sudan national team coach and the captain of Nicaragua, God, that's difficult to say, both claimed that the votes published by FIFA in their names didn't actually reflect their choices. The Sudan coach said that he voted for Mohamed Salah as number 1, even though FIFA shows that he voted for Lionel Messi as number 1. And the Nicaragua captain said that he didn't even vote. So any information that FIFA put out about his vote is entirely false. And then, as I said, as if that wasn't enough, the Egyptian FA said that they voted for Mohamed Salah with both of their votes, but they weren't counted because the signature on the votes were in capital letters. And that's one of the excuses that FIFA gave them. Look, I'm not making this shit up. This is pulled from reputable sources. Actually, the majority of this story, I believe, I took from Sky Sports News, so it is there for anybody else to read and look up more information on. Just more allegations about FIFA that we don't want to see in our sport. What else we got? Nice one, Craig. Boom, said Brian Kelly. So FIFA don't care about racism and homophobia. Why would they host a World Cup in Qatar? They only care about money. Yeah, look, I'm somebody that believes on the outside FIFA want to look like they're doing the right things. They want to look like they're saying the right things. But I'm somebody that also believes what a lot of people believe, that FIFA only look after themselves and FIFA are only interested in making fucking money. They can say and do all the right things that they want. They can talk a big game. At the end of the day, if it walks like a duck, if it quacks like a duck, if it waddles like a duck, it's probably a fucking duck. I'm trying to be as careful as I can with the language that I'm using here, and I don't mean bad language, I mean the actual language that I'm using, because I can't claim anything because I don't know. All I can do is give my opinion, and in my opinion, FIFA has always stunk to high heaven, will continue to stink to high heaven until somebody with a pair of cojones, whether it be male or female, comes in and cleans that place up. They have too much fucking power. They can get away with what they want. These are the people that are supposed to be looking after our sport and protecting it. They're custodians of the sport, but they act like dictators a lot of the time, in my opinion. FIFA promote the celebrity side of football. If you appear in all the worldwide advertising with certain products, then FIFA will promote and favour you, said Happily Eggs. Harley said, do you think we should still put Alisson in goal as soon as he's fit, or keep Adrian for a bit? I would say put Alisson back in as soon as he... I mean, Adrian's been brilliant, don't get me wrong. But, yeah, I would put Alisson back in straight away. Shanzo said, FIFA's smoking something strong. Sepp Blatter is a numpty, said Limo. Well, Sepp isn't there anymore, thank fuck. Who is it? I don't know. Who runs FIFA now? I know Gianni Infantino. Is he running UEFA or FIFA? I can't remember which one of the organisations he's running. It's fraud, end of, said Kev. What have I missed, said Joe Cullen. We're just talking about some allegations made against FIFA that the voting for the FIFA Best Award was rigged, mate. That's basically what we've been talking about so far. Stream hasn't been on that long, so yeah, we'll get through. We've loads more to get through tonight as well, ladies and gents. I'll be doing my predicted 11 for the game against Sheffield United on Saturday. Score predictions. I have that image and all saved, ready to go. Action, not words, said Stephen Booker. I like that, mate. Very short, very concise, very to the point. Action, not words. Very well said, Stephen, my friend. Where is FIFA? I'm coming for you, knob jockeys, said Brian Kelly. Switzerland, I believe, mate. Is it Luzerne? Is that where they're based? I think that's where their offices might be. Not that I'm fucking telling anybody to go and march on FIFA or anything. Tom said, how are you feeling anyway, Craig? I'm tickety boo, Tom, mate. I'm delighted to be on here as always, chatting with you good people. Makes my day. I look forward to it every single day. Hey Craig, hope you are keeping well, said Andrew. I'm very good, thank you. People will say Ballon d'Or is rigged now when Van Dijk wins. It's stupid. I don't know if they will or will not, mate, but it needs to be transparent. All of this stuff needs to be as transparent as possible. And to be fair, FIFA put it out there, I guess, to try and show the transparency of the voting. And then you're getting people saying, well, no, that's not how I voted, or I actually didn't vote. How can you say I voted for Messi if I didn't vote? Do you know what I mean? Yo, Tony said, I'm with you, Craig. Curtis Dalton, where's your comment gone, mate? Comments are moving quickly. Let me try and catch up. Sorry, I'm trying to catch up. If Van Dijk wins the Ballon d'Or, what would that mean for football awards in general? FIFA overrule any complaints, he'll never walk alone. If Van Dijk didn't win a Ballon d'Or, Curtis said, look, I know we're biased towards Van Dijk because we're Liverpool fans. I absolutely accept that, 100%. No joke there. But you win one award. You win the UEFA Player of the Year award. Your favourite for the Ballon d'Or with the bookies. Your manager has just won Manager of the Year. Your goalkeeper has won Goalkeeper of the Year. You're in the Team of the Year. We all know should have won the FIFA Best Award. But we accepted it because it was given to Lionel Messi. And we assumed everything was above board. And now you see these type of allegations coming out. And this is just a few that we're aware of and that we're being made aware of. Boya, how are you, mate? Welcome in. Craig, why are Liverpool fans called bin dippers by other fans? Look, it's about economic circumstances, mate, and it's about trying to say that Liverpool is a deprived area in England where, look, I'm not going to claim to have absolute knowledge of economic circumstances throughout the UK, but it's just a cheap, low dig, mate, by people towards the city of Liverpool who, in my many experiences of travelling over there, are some of the kindest, most warm, welcoming, lovely people that I've ever met. So I don't know, mate. It's just a low dig by people who are just dickheads, really, to be honest. Love the channel, but I don't think it's what a defender needs to do to win the Ballon d'Or. I think it's more what a defender needs to do to outperform Lionel Messi. That makes no sense, Jamie, mate. I appreciate you love the channel and thank you for your comment, but what can a defender do to outperform Lionel Messi? Knock him out of the Champions League? Check. Box ticked. He's hardly going to outscore Lionel Messi or out-assist Lionel Messi as a defender. I suppose it could be what you like from the game, Jamie, mate. Are you? We're all a fan of the sexy side of football, which is the attacking side. The Lionel Messi's, the Cristiano Ronaldo's, the Salah, the Mane's. We all love seeing goals scored. Goals win games, but at the end of the day, when you've got a standout performer like we did with Cannavaro back when he won it, like we have with Virgil van Dijk last season, they have to be acknowledged as well because they're a big part of the sport. Press said too soon for Ali, would leave Adrian in for 2 more games when he comes back. Whenever he's declared fit and whenever he's good to go, in my opinion, I expect him to start. But look, if Adrian's kept in for another game or 2, I'm sound about that as well because Adrian has been great. It's all good. It's nothing but good news with regards to the goalkeeper situation. Doug said it is Gianni Infantino that's the head of FIFA. What else have we got? I support Liverpool when I was 3, so Liverpool till I die. I was 7 or 8 by the time I started supporting Liverpool. Egypt form writing reminds you of the episode of The Simpsons where Homer made an entry from an invalid writing OK in the section that said please leave this section blank. How is it that it took a minnow of world football to investigate FIFA? Thanks USA, said Dara. I don't know. Maybe the USA's vote and the English votes and all the other countries' votes, maybe they were all sound. I don't know. Maybe these are just people that noticed. I've no idea. But what needs to happen now is this needs to be looked into. And it needs to be looked into seriously because whatever about this year, Messi has the award now. That probably won't change. But it needs to be investigated going forward because transparency has to be a minimum in these type of things. Just a minimum. I don't think it's too much to ask for. And even when they try to be fucking transparent, they're getting caught out here by the Nicaraguan captain and the Sudan national team coach who were just basically saying didn't vote for Messi. What else have we got here? Question, is anyone betting Van Dijk to win the Ballon d'Or with me, said Scotty. I am. I'm going to stick a few quid on Van Dijk to win the Ballon d'Or. In fact, I probably should have done it a while back because the last time I checked he was actually favourite to lift the Ballon d'Or. Allegations need to be sorted, said Patrick. 10 years ago, Liverpool beat Hull 6-1 with El Nino scoring a hat-trick. That comes from the dugout. God, El Nino, that brings me back, Doug. El Nino. Still have mixed feelings about El Fernando's time here, but you cannot deny he was damn good when he was here. Dave's LFC chat said I think VVD will win the Ballon d'Or. Brian says booking his holiday to Switzerland. Well in. Ladies and gents, I have so much to get through tonight. So much to get through. Let me move on and talk about my predictions for the game against Sheffield United. So let me just change this image. There you go. Right, so let me move on. Right, so here's my predicted 11 for the game away against Sheffield United at 12:30 on Saturday. I've gone for my predicted 11 and I'll give you my score prediction as well. So the team that I've gone with is Adrian in goal, Trent Alexander-Arnold at right back, centre-back pairing of Joe Matip and Virgil van Dijk. Obviously Andrew Robertson then at left back. Midfield trio for me, Fabinho, Jordan Henderson and Gini Wijnaldum. Then the front three, Sadio Mane, Mohamed Salah, Bobby Firmino. I think the team almost picks itself, ladies and gentlemen. Now, of course, I want to know your 11s. Let me know in the comment section below as well. And for a score prediction, I'm not a big fan of these half-12 kickoffs on a Saturday. They always make me nervous. Sheffield United are coming off the back of a good result as well. But I think the guys haven't been rested in midweek, haven't had almost a full week to prepare. I'm going to go 3-0 win for the Reds, but that 3-0 might look like I'm belittling Sheffield United. That isn't my intent at all. I think we'll wear them down and get a couple of late goals in the game. So 3-0 for me, and that's my predicted 11. Now it's over to you guys. Let me know your thoughts or the 11 that you'd like to see. Maddison to Liverpool, loads of people talking about that. I don't know. It's a long way to go until we start talking about transfers again. We've been linked to Fabian Ruiz as well at one point, which I'll probably touch on a little bit later on. Ishmael said, Dara, it was the FBI and the IRS that investigated FIFA and got rid of Bladder. Some bugger went and replaced it with a kid's toy and Axel stands, no less. I'm not sure what that's about, Willow, but I think I must have missed the original comment. I'm thinking 11-0, said Limo. I love the optimism, buddy. Always 4-0 to Liverpool. Lars, you were right, man. You always do it, don't you, buddy? You always go 4-0 to the Reds. When was the last time you remember Liverpool getting knocked out of the Champions League after playing the second leg at Anfield? I can't remember. God, mate, you're really testing me on that one. And like you, I can't remember as well. The last time I remember is getting knocked out of a cup competition, a European Cup competition at Anfield. And I could be even wrong on this one. Did Forlan score when we played at Leddy in the Europa League or whatever, the UEFA Cup or whatever it might have been called? That's the last time I remember off the top of my head. We lost 2-0 to Benfica, I think, actually. Didn't Samuel Sabrosa score? I don't know if that was the group stage or if that was the knockouts. I really can't remember. But I do remember we lost 2-0 and Samuel scored. That's because my wife was at the game, and then after that I said, no more for you, love. That's it now, you're jinxed. 3-1 to Liverpool, said Stephen Booker. Lens-based media said, I haven't seen anything of Sheffield United. How have they played and how are their players, to be honest? Can anybody fill me in? Hard working, well drilled, will give 100%, home crowd behind them. They wouldn't be as talented and as flair as have as much attacking flair going forward as say Norwich might have, but still it's going to be a difficult game. They're going to be up for it. They're playing the European champions, the 6-time European champions. It's a big game for Sheffield United. Liverpool have a target on the back. They are the best team in Europe, could prove that we're the best team in the world. Everybody's going to want to beat them, so I've no doubt Sheffield United will come out of the blocks fast, really make it difficult. Chris Wilder's done a great job there. I don't know. We just should be winning. We should be winning these games, to be fair. As difficult as it might be, we should be winning them. The dugout said, Adrian, Trent, Matip, Van Dijk, Robbo, Hendo, Fabinho, Oxlade-Chamberlain, Mane, Salah, Firmino, and I'm going for a 2-0 win to the Reds. The only reason that I didn't go for Oxlade-Chamberlain, mate, is because he played on Wednesday. I think Klopp might go with Genie having a rest. What have I got? I'm going to my leaving cert this year, said Limo. Best of luck to you, mate. Honestly, knuckle down. Make sure you get enough rest in your study periods as well, and I'm sure you'll do absolutely class. The football fan chat said, tips for growing a YouTube channel, Craig. Do you know, this is a question, mate, that a lot of people ask, and I wish I could give you an honest answer. The truth is I don't know. I mean, get yourself a Connor. That's what I'd recommend first and foremost. Get yourself somebody who knows the bits and pieces around YouTube that an idiot like me wouldn't have a clue about. But all I can give you is my perspective on this. And for me, what I've tried to do from day one is be interactive with anybody that takes the time to put in comments, to be myself in front of a camera, and to actually be myself. There's some stuff that I say and do that I know people won't like, but it's my genuine opinion. So be honest, be yourself, be relaxed, have fun with it. Don't take yourself too seriously, and be consistent. Consistent in when you upload, consistent on if you say you're going to do something, go ahead and do it. And that's pretty the only advice I could really give, mate. I mean, I don't really feel like I'm in a position where I'm qualified to be giving that advice, but you've asked the question, and I'm always happy to try and help out if I can. But that's all I can say, mate. There is no magic trick to this. We're still fighting to grow. We're still trying to push our own channel out there. I mean, what looks like a big number to other people, and then you go, like for me, 22,600 is amazing, but we're tiny fish in a big pond, so we're going to keep trying to get ourselves noticed. Do you know Redmen TV or the Anfield Rap, and do I like them? Don't know them personally, no, don't know any of them personally. Do I like their stuff? Quality, absolutely great stuff. I had a Tall Player subscription for many years to the Anfield Rap, and Redmen TV make fantastic content as well. But no, I don't know the guys personally, but they do a wonderful job putting stuff out there for fans, and nothing but love. What else have we got? Joseph Manuel says, gonna get some should I? Good night to you, mate. Is Mane definitely out? Not that I'm aware of. No, I don't think he's been definitely ruled out. Not that I've heard anyway. Do you think Keita could start instead of Genie? I think he might see him come off the bench, maybe, Scotty, because I heard Klopp's post-match interview after the MK Dons game. He said that it was the medical department or the medical team that said to him after an hour, "Boss, it's time for Naby to come off." So maybe you'll see him get some rest and recuperation and maybe get a few minutes at the end of the game against Sheffield United. With him coming back from injury like that, they won't want to rush him. They won't want to put too many minutes in his legs. He's going to need time to recover. But again, a lot of that will be down to the sports science and the medical team. Do you think Keita will still nail down a starting place in the team? Said Shay. I hope so, Shay. I mean, as I said earlier on, there's probably only one or two positions that are even up for debate in the team when everybody's fit, and they're probably in and around the midfield. Fabinho's nailed on. And then it's just a matter of any two from Henderson, Keita, Gini, Milner, Lallana, Oxlade-Chamberlain, and it depends, I suppose, who we're playing, what way the gaffer wants to set up. But I hope so. I'm a big fan of Naby, so I hope so. Do I play FIFA? Asks Eileen Kelly. No, but I'm in conversations with Connor about starting to do it. I know FIFA 20, the downloads are available from now, I think, or I know Connor downloaded it today. I'm thinking about starting to stream a little bit of FIFA, but I want to do a little bit of a mess around with Connor and practice and stuff beforehand. Mane only had a dead leg, said, look, see the dead leg, and Kloppo said that he had a knock on the bone on his knee as well, but nothing too serious. Football fan chat, you're full of questions tonight, buddy, aren't you? Would you do a collab with Manchester City Fan TV? Yes, I will collab with almost any channel, mate. Almost any channel. You got to do these things. I mean, everybody, like, YouTube is a big family when it comes to football content. So if you go on, say, a Manchester City fan channel or an Everton fan channel, you're getting the pitch to their audience. They're getting the pitch to your audience. There's a bit of crossover. Everybody wins. What's with the title? Said Callum Talks Prem. I will touch on it again at the end if that's alright, Callum, mate, because we've just done a big segment on it at the start, so I don't want to go back over it that quickly, but I will do a recap a little bit later on, my friend. Can I captain Mane for Fantasy Football League? I don't see why not, Carl, mate. Just make sure your vice captain is definitely going to play. That's the only bit of advice I suppose I'd give there. Mr. Habibi wants a shout out. I can't pronounce your first name. Is oh my god, I did this the other day as well, didn't I? Aminaloa. Is that correct? How are you? Welcome. Peter Van der Shan said, found a goldmine defender of fantasy football, but looks like people have cottoned on now. Look at his teasing there, Peter. Just teasing with the name and then just running away. You guys, Redman TV, the Anfield app and Copish do brilliant content. I agree with everything you've said there. And even the fact that I think we make good content, because I do think we make good content. But yes, Copish, Drifty and the guys, the Anfield app, Redman TV, all fantastic content providers. Prez said, Origi, Firmino, Salah, Oxlade-Chamberlain, Fabinho, Henderson, Robbo, Van Dijk, Matip, Trent and Adrian. And then he's going for Mane, Gini, Elliott, Milner, Keita, Kelleher and Gomez on the bench. Craig Adams' starting lineup is Adrian, Trent, Matip, Van Dijk, Robbo, Hendo, Fabinho, Curtis Jones for a shock start. He did look great, Craig. I do agree with you, mate. Again, though, it's about minutes in the legs. That's why I'm saying that I don't know what team Klopp will go with. Now, bear in mind, we've got Salzburg coming up in the Champions League next week as well, so we have to keep that one. What else we got? Billy Jefferson, I gave my lineup in the chat. Sorry, mate, I must have missed that one. Apologies. Do an LFC career mode. I don't know. I'll have to look at FIFA, mate, and try and figure it out. Bernadette Farrell said, we need to get you on True Geordie, Craig. A guy has just been on because a load of people emailed True Geordie. The subs went from 10k to 100k within a week. Look, I've made no secret of the fact I'd love to go on to True Geordie. I like True Geordie. I like Brian. I like the content that he makes, and I'd love to go on there. But I'm not going to pester True Geordie to try and get myself on. If he notices the channel at some point, if any of the guys that work with him notice it, brilliant. If they like what we do and want to bring us on, absolutely fantastic. I will happily go. But again, I don't want to pester the gentleman into it. I know he's a busy man. I know he's got a lot of stuff on. But get me on the kickoff would be great. And I'm sure I'd have good fun on there. So yeah, if it happens, I'm all for it. But if it doesn't, hey, so be it. How far away is Allison from starting? Asked Dara. Mate, I'd be lying to you if I gave you an exact time frame. I know he's back training. I know he's back training properly. So I would say a week or two, but that's guesswork. I wouldn't be amazed if it's the far side of the international break that's coming up in October, But again, this is just complete guesswork for me. Callum reckons that Alisson will get on the bench this week. Alisson will play in the Carabao Cup, probably against Arsenal. I'd say he'll be back in about 2 weeks, said Shea Trainer. And we're doing a watch-along on Saturday. Oh, yes, Casper, don't you worry about that, my friend. We'll be on air from 12, is it PM? Yeah, lunchtime, 12 o'clock on Saturday, getting ready for that game against Sheffield United. Lots for us to get through as well. I know a lot of people want me to talk about the Nike stuff as well, and I'm going to get their own. I'm going to get their Prez. I know you guys mentioned it. I'll get there in a second or two. I do have it in my notes, don't worry. Doug said Origi's still injured, I think. Well, he was injured for last night. Klopp did confirm that one, that he wasn't available through injury, so I don't know if that'll carry into the weekend or not, buddy. Prez said Salzburg and Leicester, 2 hard games, without a doubt. I'm looking forward. Hopefully we can get Boya on for a chat before the Leicester game. But yeah, Salzburg is going to be difficult. But you got to win your home games in the Champions League, so I'm expecting the Reds to go and get the job done in both those games. But neither are going to be easy games, as you said, mate. 2 hard games. Alisson must have had a serious injury to be out for so long, unusual for a goalkeeper. It was a pretty serious calf injury by the sounds of it. Scotty has gone for Adrian, Trent, Matip, Van Dijk, Robbo, Fabinho, Henderson, Gini, Mo and Firmino. If Sadio isn't ready, then Jones. I like it. Curtis Jones was excellent, by the way. He fully deserved his man of the match last night against MK Dons. Harvey Elliott put in a great shift as well. James Milner was all over the pitch, as he always is, covering every inch of it. It was a good win and a good night for the club. Crazy to see the Derby County statements today. What do you think? I did see a gamer guy around the fact that Richard Keogh is going to miss the remainder of the season because of an injury sustained. I think it's an alcohol inflicted injury sustained while on a team bonding night. Now, from what I read about this, it was an authorised team bonding night that was supposed to end around 8 p.m. Derby County had laid on transportation for the players to get back home afterwards. There was cars laid on. But I think a small group of them, including Richard Keogh, who I think is the Derby County captain, if my memory's correct, decided to stay on and drink later into the night. And whatever happened, I'm not sure what exactly happened, but Richard Keogh did pick up an injury that will rule him out for the remainder of the season. And it isn't a good look. It isn't a good look, but Richard Keogh, as an Irishman, he's pretty shy, to be fair. But he's Derby County's captain. And it's not a great look, and I'm sure Derby will deal with it accordingly. Peter Van der Shan said, I hate early kickoffs. Mate, I'm with you. I'm with you for various reasons. One, they always make me nervous. Two, I'm a lazy shite that likes to sleep in. But yeah, early kickoffs aren't great. But it's all about the result, isn't it? It's all about just getting the 3 points on the board. Billy said, I've changed my mind on the lineup. He's gone for Trent. He's gone for Adrian, Trent, VVD, Gomez, Robbo, Hendo, Oxlade-Chamberlain, Gini, Shaqiri, Firmino and Mane. Shaqiri had an injury, Billy, that kept him out last night. I'm not sure how serious that injury is. Klopp did confirm that himself and Origi were unavailable last night due to injury. What else have we got here? Sorry, trying to catch up on the chat. I'm trying to get through as many comments as I can. Big Slung is obviously a City fan. Welcome in, mate. You're very welcome to the channel. Jamie said, what player outside the starting 11 would you least want to get injured? Depends, I suppose, what we were looking at the starting 11, isn't it, really? Right, we'll go with the starting 11 being the one that I have named there. Is that okay for the time being? So outside of that, Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, because I don't want to, even though he may be in a lot of people's starting 11s, he's not in mine for this particular conversation. So him, mainly because I love him as a guy. He's had so many injuries that I wouldn't wish another injury upon him, and I think he can give a different aspect to our attack. So yeah, him for me. If you want to go younger than that, or you want to go somebody else up and coming, Curtis Jones, because I think this could be a breakthrough season from. Aminaloa said, do you think Dybala would suit Liverpool? I like Dybala as a player. He's an absolutely quality player. There was a lot of talk about him perhaps moving on from Juve in the summer. It didn't happen. Would he suit Liverpool? I don't know if he would be able to get up to the level of fitness and work ethic that Klopp would want from his player, but I like him. I like Paulo Dybala as a footballer. There's no denying the man's talents. Dara said, if fit, Matip should be the first name on the team sheet. And do you know what, mate? A few weeks ago, I said Gomez probably should be the partner for Van Dijk, but I held my hands up at the time and said, how can I say that when Joe Matip keeps putting in performance after performance after performance? And Joe Gomez has come out and said that he feels a little bit frustrated at the lack of opportunities, but he also pointed out that Joe Matip has been simply sensational since he came in when Joe Gomez picked up his injury. So I'm a firm believer actually that when the shirt is yours and you're playing well, you should keep it. So I contradicted myself a few weeks back, but I agree, Darragh, he should keep that shirt. He's playing tremendously well. What have you said? Dave said, Craig, we'll have to do tomorrow's AA in bed up early, set that alarm, mate. No worries, Dave, and pass my best on to the family as well, buddy. On a real note, Liverpool and City head and shoulders above the other team, said Big Schlong. Yes, it's going to be, it seems like it's going to be both of us, mate, fighting for the Premier League title this season, and maybe for the Champions League as well, you know. There is a gap, there's no doubt about it. We can talk about other teams, we can say Spurs are good, which they are, but Manchester City and Liverpool at this moment in time do look like they're on a different platform to other teams in the Premier League. Anybody can lose a game at any week in the Premier League. It's a competitive league, but at the end of the season it will be between them two, I'm sure. I like your jersey, said Funnily Gaming. Thank you, mate. It's the blackout shirt. New Balance is probably New Balance's last blackout shirt that they've made for the club. This is this season's one. I was fortunate enough to be able to order one before they sold out. Pat Moynihan said working early Saturday, but I'll see the game. Yeah, it's it'll be nice. You know what? If we get the 3 points, which I'm hopeful and I'm expectant that we do on Saturday, it will put pressure onto Manchester City then. I think they have the 5:30 kickoff, don't they, against Everton on Saturday. So it'd be nice to get the points on the board before the other clubs play. What else we got? Let's move on to talk about the Nike kit deal, because there's been a bit of stuff come out on this as well. Let me just change this back. I've done my team prediction now, so let me just get back to footy index stuff. There we go. So, according to football headlines or footy headlines and various other sources, next season we'll see Nike take over as Liverpool's kit supplier from New Balance. The rumours are that the value of the deal is believed to be somewhere around the £75 million a year mark. Footy headlines state that Nike and Liverpool is a done deal, to quote them. I'm sorry for the air quotations, but yeah, so Footy headlines are saying on their side that it's a done deal, Liverpool and Nike, and that New Balance are most likely just looking for some financial compensation. As we know, New Balance have taken Liverpool to the High Court. Taking Liverpool might be a little bit harsh in my language, actually. New Balance have asked the High Court to look at their contract with Liverpool and answer some questions around what's being called a matching clause in their contract. Now, what that means is New Balance believe that as long as they match any offer from any other kit manufacturer put towards Liverpool Football Club, that they should get the gig and that they should continue with the production of the kits. New Balance also went on to point out that in the last couple of seasons they've had 2 record-breaking home kit manufacturer sales for Liverpool Football Club, showing what a good job that they've done. And I, for one, would echo that. I think New Balance have been excellent for Liverpool Football Club. But I'm not a lawyer, so I can't speak on the legal technicalities of a deal, nor have I seen the deal. None of us have. This is all just conjecture and stuff that's going around. New Balance have released a statement on it. I read that out in last night's stream. We also know that they've already spoken about the fact that New Balance have gone to the High Court for clarification of the matching clause. Footy headlines also claim that Nike's Liverpool away kit will be green, and that the third kit will be a very dark, almost black grey kit. So if you want to go on to Footy headlines after the stream and check that out, there's more information on there. They'll show you the 2 colours that they're expecting for the away shirt and the third shirt. Obviously the home shirt will be red, so there's going to be no surprises there. But done deal. That's it's a big statement to make, you know. So, look, everything has pointed towards Nike. I mean, there's no denying that. For a long time, it's looked like Nike are going to be the preferred choice of Liverpool for financial reasons, perhaps, or for various other reasons. Doesn't really matter. Whoever the club decide, the club will decide. It's looking like it's going to be Nike, though, ladies and gents. Nike deal will mean we could have a better chance of getting Mbappe, said Tony Ford. I think there was some Connor. I'm not on Twitter anymore, but Connor sent me a message saying there was some images going around of Klopp hugging Mbappe or something. Did anybody see that? Maybe it was at the FIFA Best Awards or something like that. Nice shirt, Craig. Didn't your mum ever tell you no one likes a show off? No, she didn't. No, sorry. If this is showing off, then I guess I'm showing off. Liverpool need a quality midfielder, said Big Slong. We've got plenty of them, mate. Don't you worry about that. It depends what you want from a quality midfielder. Fabinho, quality midfielder. Maybe you're talking about maybe somebody in the David Silva, Bernardo Silva attacking midfield, kind of play between the lines role. But we're alright, mate. Don't worry about us. Would anybody like to see Mane play on the right, said Eileen Kelly. That's his preferred position, Eileen, and that's where he was playing until the club signed Mohamed Salah, at which point Mohamed Salah got given his favourite side, which is also the right side, and Sadio Mane was shifted onto the left side. And look, either of those guys are so talented that they can pretty much play anywhere across that front three. Only happy with Nike if some of the sponsorship starts to come along, said Craig Adams. Yeah, I think, look, with Nike, I would be a fan of New Balance and Adidas over Nike. But if it is Nike, and it's looking like it is Nike, I would say that there is probably some doors going to be open for the club, some introductions perhaps made. And I think getting that platform to work with Nike will be beneficial for the club long term going forward. And all I want is what everybody else wants, what's best for Liverpool Football Club. Craig, that ninja kit you're wearing is class. Nike wouldn't produce anything as good, said Happily Eggs. I do love it. I'm not going to lie, mate. I do love this blackout shirt. And I know a lot of people don't wear them when they buy them, but fuck that. I wear shirts to buy them. And I could have kept it up, I suppose. I could have lashed it up on eBay and sold it for a ridiculous profit, but fuck that. I don't believe in that type of shit. I bought it to wear it and I like it. Yo, Tony said, I like the new third kit this year. I don't, personally. Not a massive fan of it. I just couldn't bring myself to buy it, so I bought the training shirt. Why am I not on Twitter? My wife asked me to remove myself from Twitter, Shay, because I just get pretty fucking angry when I go and read stuff on Twitter, and sometimes that, puts me in a bad mood. So that, combined with a few other bits and pieces, mate, just decided to give it a miss. What else we got? Modric is the most overrated player this decade, said LFC Gamer. I don't think that's true. I mean, whether you think he deserves to win a Ballon d'Or or not, fair enough, but Modric is one hell of a footballer. Liam said, how come you're not on Twitter anymore, mate? It's just not worth the hassle, Liam, and I don't need the stress, to be honest with you, mate. I already know that there's a shit ton of people that don't like me and that want to badmouth me, spread lies about me, talk nonsense about me, and if I'm on there, I'm probably going to be more likely to bite. And I don't want to bite because I don't have to answer to these fuckers, and I don't want to give them the satisfaction of answering them. So if I don't see it, I don't give a shit what people say about me, really. Nor do I actually give a shit what people say about me anyway, because I don't have to fucking answer to anybody except my wife and my kids. But if people want to say what they want to say, yeah, it's a free world. Call me a dickhead, call me a liar, call me whatever the fuck you want to call me. All I ask people to do is judge me as they take me, and the numbers on here seem to be alright. People seem to be tuning into the streams. Twitter's Twitter. I love Twitter. I hate Twitter. I have a real mixed feeling towards it, but at the end of the day, the main reason and the only real reason is that my wife asked me to stop. If my wife asked me to do something, she never asked me for anything, really, so what the lady wants, the lady shall have. Right, what else have we got? I'm a little worried about Salah's touch, said Pranav. I get where you're coming from. Mate. I think... How do I put this? I wonder, and this is just my opinion, I wonder if Mane and Salah are starting to second guess themselves at times now because of all the shit that was going around about greed and about them being too greedy at times, or not greedy enough at times. And I wonder if for a split second they're starting to second guess what is their natural instincts when they get into these attacking positions. And I hope not. I hope that they just do what feels natural to them or what they think in the moment is the right thing to do. Joe Harvey said, Craig, have I been to Iceland? The country? No. The frozen food place? Abso-fucking-lutely. Tom Jones said, since we've Arsenal next in the League Cup 2 days after we play Spurs, do you think we'll put out a strong team in the competition? Probably not a million miles away from what we seen last night, Tom. A little bit of sprinkler maybe of experience along with the younger players who did really well last night. Aidan Andrew said Nike make the same kit, but their reach is enormous. It is, and we have had instances, as much as I've been a fan of New Balance, there has been instances where kits just haven't been available to purchase because they've sold out, and I don't know what reason that is. I don't know if New Balance couldn't produce them quickly enough. I don't know if it's they underestimated how popular a certain kit might be. It's all just guesswork at my end. But the fact of the matter is, we are being urged by the club, and rightly so, to buy reputable kits from the manufacturers, from from Liverpool's site, from wherever you want to buy them from sports shops, but buy real kits and not to be buying fake kits. And that's great, and everybody wants to do that, I'm sure. But if they're not available, people get pissed off. And if people want, let's say, the goalkeeper shirt, and the goalkeeper shirt isn't available on the club store because it's sold out so quickly, and let's be frank about this, any of us could have told New Balance or Liverpool that was going to be a popular kit because it's gorgeous. And everybody knew as soon as they seen it that they wanted it. So for whatever reason, they weren't able to keep up with demand on that, and that's sad. That's genuinely sad. Because it doesn't. Nobody benefits from that. The club don't benefit from it. New Balance don't benefit from it. The fans don't benefit from it. So it's in nobody's interest for that to happen. And maybe Nike will be able to stop that from happening. Maybe Nike will be able to keep up with the demand. I don't know. Maybe that's a factor that the club have taken into account in these. I can't speak on behalf of the club. What else we got? Craig, you're basically Alisson Becker because you played at a high level. Yeah, I wish I fucking was Alisson Becker, mate. I wish I could grow that beautiful beard he has as well, but I can't, unfortunately. Okay. Sorry, trying to keep up. Oh, that's a horror. Andrew Bolden, you're just a fucking disgusting individual, mate. And well done to the mods for that one, for catching that one early, but my God, what a horrible thing to say. I'm not even going to repeat it, ladies and gentlemen. Just know that it was a racist comment. That's all you need to know. Bernadette Farrell said, I don't use my Facebook account. I don't like it. I'm not a fan of Facebook either. Personally, Bernadette, it's not my cup of tea. I think I'm just going to stick to YouTube, ladies and gents. Do you know what? It might give me more time to make more pre-recorded segments as well, or a few other bits and pieces to put up. So me being off Twitter will probably, hopefully, be beneficial. So much to get through tonight. I'm looking through my notes here, and it's just going and going. Right, we spoke about the club a moment ago. We spoke about the New Balance stuff. We spoke about the kits. Well, a bit of news as well on the copyright stuff. So Liverpool Football Club has had its bid to trademark the word Liverpool rejected by the Intellectual Property Office. A statement from Liverpool Football Club read, Liverpool Football Club confirm its application to trademark the word Liverpool in the context of football products and services has been unsuccessful. The club accepts the decision that has been taken by the Intellectual Property Office due primarily to what the official judgment cites as the geographical significance of Liverpool as a city in comparison to place names that have been trademarked by other football clubs in the UK. We will, however, continue to aggressively pursue those large-scale operations which seek to illegally exploit our intellectual property and would urge the relevant authorities to take decisive action against such criminal activity wherever it exists. Now, I think a lot of people, and I've got to be honest about this, myself included, I'm happy that the club lost this battle. I'm happy that the club aren't able to put a trademark on Liverpool. I'm happy for the people of the city of Liverpool. I'm happy for those small manufacturers around the world that make Liverpool related products for the football club. And certain things are trademarked. There's a certain Liverbird that's trademarked. There are certain things that are trademarked. I think a lot of people were sceptical. I mean, it's fair enough for the club to come out and say, and I'm gonna take the club at their word here. It's fair enough for the club to come out and say that they were just trying to basically shut down large-scale criminal activities or large-scale copywriting of products and counterfeit products. And I understand that from the club's perspective, 100%. But it did worry people. It did worry the smaller manufacturers of like Love Follow Conquer, Blood Husky, Hat Scarf and a Badge, and the Frana Terrace Ultra, and many other fantastic what I like to call boutique Liverpool t-shirt, hat, badge, scarves, whatever suppliers. And I mean, the club might not like me for saying this, but quite frankly, I've always said I'm not withholding to the club. So one of the reasons we do this fucking channel is so I can speak my mind. And I think it's right that it was rejected because Liverpool is a very broad word to trademark, even if it is in a footballing context. So you have the likes of Marine. So what if Marine wanted to say Marine, 100% Liverpool? Or if AFC Liverpool wanted to use Liverpool on the top. Maybe that, is there any issues there? The club might say, and the club might give them written guarantees that, no, that'll be no problem, but I don't know. I think it was the right decision, personally, but I want to know what you guys think. It had been rumoured and muted that it was going to be rejected, so it doesn't really come as a shock, but again, I want to know what you guys think about it. Our city is not for sale, said Lens Based Media. How can you copyright a word that's regularly used like Liverpool or Apple? Again, mate, my legal understanding of all this is very, 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 very basic, so I'm not even going to try and give you a proper answer to that one. I guess with the word Liverpool in the football context, it's been proven that you can't trademark it. I think we've got to be careful. It is trademarking here and not copywriting. Again, Ori, the efficacy of Nike versus New Balance, it's a case of interest, said the Wolfman. The Wolfman's got nards. That's a weird name, but I like it. I'm always skeptical of companies attempting to trademark words. If it's a word they made up, fine. If not, bugger off, said Ishmael. Yeah, I mean, I have an inkling that I'm not even going to say that. I'm not going to put myself under any undue pressure here, but I think it's the right decision. I love the football club. I love the football club with all my heart, but that doesn't mean I have to agree with everything that the football club do or try to do. And in this context, I think my opinion and my initial instinct was that it was a money grab. Whichever way that you want to try and hide this, I felt that it was a money grab from the club, and I could understand why the small manufacturers were all worried. And again, I'm going to be fucking honest about this. I thought it was quite cheesy when I seen Peter Moore on his profile wearing 3 Liverpool shirts from small little manufacturers. My opinion on it was as cringy as fuck. But that's just my opinion. I don't know Peter Moore as a human being. I don't know him as a person, and I won't judge him. I'm only just talking about this instance. And this, to me, that just looked wrong. And that's just my opinion. Other people might thought it was a brilliant idea, and everybody is open to their own ideas. But if I see something I don't like about the football club, I'm going to fucking speak out about it. That's why we have this channel. That's why we're not withholding to the club. That's why we said from day one, I've no interest in interviews with the club. I've no interest in licking the club's arse. It's not. I'm a fan. I want to say what people are thinking. I want to say what I feel. And I'm always going to give my honest opinion. There's people on here, not Liverpool fans, haven't got the IQ of boiled eggs, said Pop Boy Doyle. Cape Town Muslim said the poor smaller suppliers are already suffering because nobody's buying Man United shirts anymore. Lens-based media said the club wanted to stop criminal activity, then they should lower the cost of their snacks, drinks, ticket prices and shirts. Far too much money and are robbing loyal fans. I think entertainment in general is getting expensive, whether it be football, whether you go to a concert, or any merchandise like that. I mean, it's at a point now where, and this isn't Liverpool centric, this is right across football, you're getting 3 shirts every year. You have your home shirt, your away shirt, your third shirt or your European shirt, whatever you want to call it. Now you've got 3 different lots of training gear, you've got all the other stuff as well. Look, nobody forces us to buy this stuff. As fans, it's up to us whether we buy it or not. But if you're a parent and you've got young kids and you're a fan yourself, whether your wife's a fan or your husband's a fan, adds up very, very quickly. And then you throw into that going to games and stuff. When I heard that Thomas Cook went bang and they went out of business, I had 2 initial instincts. One is obviously you think and you feel for the people who are employed by Thomas Cook, and the jobs that have been lost. And that's where your first thought should always be, and your sympathy and your thoughts should always be with those people. But at the same time, I'm fucking disgusted at the prices that Thomas Cook can get away with when they're a club's official travel partner for stuff. I think Thomas Cook were wrapped up with Manchester United as well for their official packages. And have you seen the price of some of these fucking Thomas Cook packages that you had to book? So one, to book these Thomas Cook packages through Liverpool Football Club, you had to have a Liverpool Football Club membership, I believe, as well. So you had that cost, and then you have the fucking ridiculous costs of the hotel and the accommodation, or the hotel and the ticket prices that were being charged by Thomas Cook for these games, and it was quite frankly fucking scandalous. It's scandalous. It's basically legalized fucking scalping. That's the way I look at it. The markup on this was ridiculous. Connor said you can trademark certain words based on the context, i.e. Apple is trademarked in regards to technology. A shop selling fruit couldn't trademark apple or banana. Billy said, are you going to watch KSI versus Logan Paul, and who do I think will win? Am I going to watch it? Yes, out of interest. Plus, there's the undercard. I mean, I loathe to even call it the undercard because that's perhaps a bit disrespectful to Billy Joe Saunders. Um, I think is it Dehaney that's going to be undercard as well. Um, yeah, I'm going to watch it. I think myself and Connor are going to do a watch along of it as well. I think that's the day we play Manchester City, if my memory serves me correct. So yeah, we'll probably do a watch along of the City game, and then we'll probably go right into the night and do a watch along of the three big fights of that night as well. So yeah, it'll probably be our first Anfield agenda kind of foray into boxing, and it might be a little nice segue through as well. So I'm definitely going to watch it. Yes, and I think Connor's going to join me for it as well. Peter Van der Shan said Everton have spent more than us net in the last 5 years, and they're still shit. They're definitely still shit, mate. So I would agree with you on that one. Thanks for the reply. If it's still of interest, the goods, the shopping guide, Wolfman's Got Nards is a line from the mighty 80s film Monster Squad. Thank you, mate. It's a cool name though, nonetheless. And thank you for watching. Thoughts on the Sheffield United manager saying he wants his players to get stuck in? I mean, yeah, no problem with that. He's just I think he said something along the lines, if I read his interview, he doesn't want them to kind of just stand back and go, wow, like these are the European champions. He doesn't want them swapping shirts at the end of the game. He wants them to give 100% when they go out on the pitch, and I think that's alright. I mean, I think Chris Wilder's just trying to G his guys up for the game and do what's best for his football club, so I've no problem with that whatsoever. David Newell said, with the Messi and Ronaldo, who's best? I think they're both as good as each other, but Messi plays for the team, Ronaldo plays for himself. It's got to be all about Ronaldo with him, and Messi it's not. I think they're probably both a bit egocentric, but they kind of have to be as well, so I don't really mean that in a derogatory way. I think to get to that level and be as good as those guys are, a lot of the time you've got to just make it about yourself. LFC Gamer said Messi wears Divock Origi pyjamas though, with an extra, you have to have that. If they're Origi pyjamas, they have to have the extra crotch area. Ross said, a little bit irrelevant to Liverpool, but what do you make of Ireland's chances in the Euro qualifiers? I'm not too confident with Shane Duffy and Richard Keogh getting injured. Yeah, some difficult games coming up, mate. We've got to get a win against Georgia and then hope to get something from the Switzerland or the Denmark game. It's a tight group, but it's possible. It is possible, Ross, and we've put ourselves in a good position, and now I've no doubt the guys will fight right to the end, but it will be difficult. But there is a chance. There is a chance. The Georgia game, though, is going to be massive. Peter Van der Shan said top brass at Thomas Cook were skimming the profits for the last 5 years. Did not know that, mate. I didn't look into the details. I know they were something like 1.6, 1.7 billion in debt by the time they went bang. Copyright is correct income. Football was built from working class. Small businesses deserve a slice of the pie too. Owen, I fully agree with you, mate. And some of the most innovative and brilliant merchandise that I've seen have been from the smaller manufacturers, the Terrace Ultra, the Blood Huskies, the Love Follow Conquers, the Hat Scarf and a Badge, and so many other fantastic smaller outfits that have just made some fucking brilliant quality merchandise as well. What else have we got? Manchester City can probably come back. They got us at Anfield 2-1, so Liverpool till I die. Look, 5 points is nothing at this point of the season. I mean, I'd rather have a 5-point lead than not, but I mean, a couple of games and anything can change. So I think for us this weekend, it's just try and keep getting the job done. Try and keep putting those 3 points on the board and hope that the rest will look after itself. I mean, we can't worry about what Manchester City does. The only time we can worry about them is when we play them twice in the season. I'm selling some shirts, homemade. Want to buy some? Give me a hug. I'll give you them for free, said Brian Kelly. What else we got? Stop hating. It's just football, said Nancy. I've no idea what the fuck that's in relation to, Nancy. Please feel free to elaborate a little bit, and I'll know what I'm to stop hating in particular. Liverpool is not just a team; it's a lifestyle. It's a way of life, mate. It's like football is very tribal, and sometimes we have these silly arguments about whether it's right to support the club if you're not from the city. And look, that's bullshit, quite frankly. How and why you fall in love with a football club is, firstly, it's nobody else's business. But secondly, nobody has the right to tell you who you should or should not support as well. Yeah, some people are going to have an affinity to their local clubs. That's probably natural. But I've met some of the most loyal and dedicated Liverpool fans during my time supporting the club from all corners of the globe or all parts of the globe. So it is definitely a lifestyle. It's a way of life, mate. And my week revolves around Liverpool Football Club most of the time. Hey Craig, said Finn, hope you're good. I am very good, thank you Finn, mate. I hope you are as well. Ladies and gents, I want to just take another quick second to talk about Football Index because we are working with them this season. As you can see, we've completely demonetized their channel. We've taken away super chats, we've removed ads, so you guys are going to be able to watch us and uninterrupted, which we want to be able to do because it's not about making money. But to try and tickle along a little bit, we are working with Football Index, and as you can see there, what's your football knowledge worth is the caption from Football Index. If you want to sign up, if you're over the age of 18, if you're a resident in Ireland or the UK and you want to sign up to Football Index, if you bet 20 quid or deposit 20 quid using our link in the description below, Football Index will give you 20 quid as well. And this isn't like one of these, oh, you have to fucking do this, that and the other. It's really straightforward. You deposit your 20 quid, Football Index will give you 20 quid free within 24 hours. That's how good this offer is, and it's an offer for Anfield Agenda subscribers. So use the link in the description below or use the code AA20 on sign up. And you'll be helping to support the channel and keeping us going and keeping us being able to keep all this stuff free and remove the super chat, the ads and all that kind of stuff that we're trying to do just to make it more fan friendly. So yeah, if you have signed up, let me know what you think about it. I love it. Connor uses it. I've been really bigging up James Maddison on it. I've been bigging up Mason Mount on it as well. But it is basically a stock market for football players. You buy shares in footballers, and depending on their performances, those shares can go up, and of course those shares can go down. But it's a very popular product that has been... you've probably seen the ads on the television and the radio at this point. You've probably seen them pop up online as well. And they approached us during the summer to work with them for this season. And we said, you know what, why not? We'll give it a bash. It is a gambling product, so if you have any issues around gaming, please... BeGambleAware.org is there to help you out on that one, so please check that out if you need to do so. But as I said, link in the description below, code AA20. Right, let's get back to talking about the Reds. Connor said winning 6-0 at half time on FIFA 20 completed it, mate. I mean, talking big, but do you know what I mean? If I start playing FIFA, Connor, do you know what I mean? It's all over then, buddy. You might as well just pack it up. Origi, nope, that was somebody else. Who's going to play in the left hand side on Saturday? Has Mane definitely been ruled out, John? I mean, I know Klopp said that he had a knock, but as far as I know, he's not 100% ruled out. If he is ruled out, Shaqiri might be still injured, Origi might be still injured. Do you go and push Oxlade-Chamberlain out there? Do you give young Harvey Elliott a bash? I don't know. Away from home against Sheffield United, that might be difficult. It'll be interesting to see, but I'm going to work off the assumption that he's available until maybe Klopp's press conference tomorrow might give us some more information. Finn said, where do you think Norwich will finish this season? Lower half, but safe, if that makes sense. I think Norwich is... One of the things I love about Norwich is that they get the ball down, they try and play football in the right way, and they attack, but they will concede as well in doing that. But I think they'll have enough to stay up, mate, and I enjoy watching them, so... I hope they do stay up. What's this? FIFA 20. No, sure, you'd be better off without it. It's a cocky Irish guy. I haven't played FIFA, mate. Probably FIFA fucking 16 or 15 since the last time I played it. Lol AA. How hasn't AA got on your case? Why would they get on their case? Anfield Agenda is nothing to do with Alcoholics Anonymous, mate, or do you know, or AAA, the Automobile Association of America, whatever it's called. Why the fuck would they get on our case, mate? What else have we got? Manchester City have the defenders out. We need smaller clubs like Everton to beat them, just to go to war with them. Make it physical. This is what will take us to Manchester City in the long run. Look, I fully expect Manchester City to beat Everton, if I'm being honest, on Saturday. But you're right. It would be nice to see teams go and have a go at them. Bernadette Farrell said Pep Linders giving pre-match press conference showed how much he loves their club, but also how much he respects Klopp. Pep Linders is class. I really do like Pep Linders. I was delighted when he came back to the club. Evening all, FIFA rigging, so what's new, said Will. I'm just going to catch up on that for people that are coming in late, by the way, because I did promise that I would do a recap on it. So, where are we? There have been massive allegations made against FIFA that suggest the voting for the FIFA Best Awards were rigged. The Sudan national team coach and the captain of Nicaragua have both come out and said that the votes published by FIFA in their names didn't actually reflect their choices. The Sudan coach said that he voted for Mohamed Salah as his number one, even though FIFA showed when they showed the votes that he voted for Lionel Messi as number one. And the captain of Nicaragua have come out and said that he didn't even vote. So the information FIFA put out about his vote is entirely false. And then add to that the fact that the Egyptian FA have come out and said that they voted for Mohamed Salah with both of their votes, but that their votes were not counted because FIFA said the signatures were in capital letters and therefore unusable. I mean, you can look up on this. There's various stories going around about it that will give you a lot more information than I'm after giving you on it. But it's not a great look, again, for FIFA. These are the people who are supposed to be cleaning up the sport. As I said, custodians of the beautiful game, the people's game. And it's not great. Is it, ladies and gents? It's not great. I mean, I'll leave it up to everyone up to make their own mind up. Craig, did you see what Juve bag, as in, I suppose, I don't like him at all. I don't like Juve at all. What has he said about it? No, I haven't seen it, Doug. What has El Hadj got nothing fucking better to do with his life? Juve come out and said he loves pissing all over Liverpool, doesn't he? If he's not having a dig at Steven Gerrard or Carragher, he's having a dig at the club. And look, let's be quite frank about this. The world doesn't give a fuck what El Hadj Juve has to say about anything because he's a scumbag. And I'm going to say that very frankly, he is a fucking scumbag. He spat at players. He was shite as well when he played. And he just has gone around being a mouthy, horrible arsehole. So I've no time for El Hadj Juve. I'll put him in my little segment over there with Jason Cundy and people that I just despise. What do I think of Curtis Jones and Harvey Elliott? I'm Juicy Weenus. Curtis Jones was amazing last night. Definitely deserved man of the match, without a shadow of a doubt in my view. Harvey Elliott, 16 years of age. 16 years of age. Full of confidence. Really unlucky not to score last night. Hit the crossbar twice. I thought both of them put in fantastic performances and rightly deserved all the plaudits that they've been receiving for those performances. And let's not forget young Keane Hoover as well, who came in at right back and scored an absolutely wonderful goal. I watched that goal back again today. It was a lovely ball floated by James Milner across, but the run, the determination, the jump and the power behind that header by Keane Hoover were exceptional. So well done to him as well on his first competitive goal for the Reds. Popeye Doyle said yesterday the Liverpool team played great. I watched the game and I thought, wow. And that was then they were the youngsters. They were class, mate. It really was a pleasure. Right, so there's something else as well. Oh, I don't think I've asked anybody to subscribe yet on tonight's stream. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are enjoying tonight's stream and you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, please do hit that subscribe button, turn those notifications on and give the stream a massive thumbs up as well. Basically, you've seen that YouTube have changed the way that they show subscriber numbers now. So every time somebody subscribes, it doesn't move up by one. So for our size channel, it will only change every 100 subscribers. So I think we're about 40 away from going to 22,700 like that. So if you subscribe and you don't see a number change, don't worry, your subscription still has counted and does mean the world to us. And I sincerely mean that. So if you're enjoying the stream, please do hit that subscribe button and give the stream a thumbs up as well. Peter Moore has been speaking today at the World Football Summit in Madrid and has spoken about the club's method for identifying transfer targets. And this is the type of stuff I find really, really interesting. He said, there is a merging of data and the experienced eye, the analog and the digital coming together. We use applied science and technology to analyse players to create the best chance to win. From an analog way, we look at the player and assess what they're about, both on and off the pitch, and we apply science. We have 4 PhDs who are part of our club, Graham's research team, and we have a director of sports science who is also a PhD, who is a PhD from Liverpool John Moores University, and they look at data. It's that combination, that amalgamation of an experienced eye, of looking at an athlete, combined with data, with psychological outputs to see the person as a good player for Liverpool and also as a good human being in the locker room. Being a good person, happens to be a good football player, is what you need to play for Liverpool Football Club. When I look at our squad, know most of the players, they fit that bill. Really good to hear Peter Moore coming out and talking about that. It's always interesting to hear these little tidbits about how the club go about analysing players, looking at players, deciding who to pull the trigger on with regards to transfers. And the one part about that I really liked, and it's something that we've heard Jurgen Klopp talking about before, is you've got to be the right type of person. It's all well and good being talented enough. It's all well and good doing the right things out on the pitch, but you've got to be the right type of person for the changing room as well. And I was very happy to hear about that one. So, yeah, well on Peter Moore. Nice to see him out there representing the club at the World Football Summit in Madrid as well. And yeah, a little insight there into how the club go about transfers, because I know we often talk about them and we often play fantasy football manager on our own heads on here, but there is a lot of work goes into it. And Brian Morrissey has said this before: Liverpool Football Club and most big football clubs are probably working about 18-24 months in advance minimum when it comes to transfers, sometimes even further than that. So it was really nice to see that information or hear that information from Peter Moore. Dugout said, I don't see them doing as well as they did last season. They had a chance to win the league title, had it in their hands, and they were 7 points ahead around Christmas. I don't know what that was in relation to. I think I've missed something. Rod has joined us as well. Rod, how are you, mate? Good morning to you from Australia. Well, you're in Australia, from Ireland. Elliot still leaves me speechless. Watched him again today. He's pulling off nutmegs, brilliant passing, hit the bar twice, taking on experienced players. At 16, what the fuck, said Craig Adams. Juff is one of football's, that's a gee face, said Popeye Doyle. That is such an Irish phrase to use, buddy. What else have we got? Sorry, got here late. Love the blackout shirt. Where can I get one? I don't know if they're available anymore, Harry. I think they might have sold out. So I don't want to give you any false information. I got mine from the club store. Online, but they did sell out quite quickly. But I don't know, maybe they'll restock them, so just keep an eye on the club site, keep an eye on New Balance, mate, and maybe check out some local retailers. I know over here in Ireland, Lifestyle Sports, for instance, were selling them at one point. Cocky Irish guy said, dance with me, oh never anybody do. What the fuck is that about, mate? I mean, I don't know what it's about. Maybe I'm missing out half a conversation or something here. Why am I not surprised FIFA could be corrupt, says Rod. Probably the same reason as the rest of us, mate, if we're being honest about this. Did Pep actually say congratulations Liverpool, you won the league against Norwich? Not that I've seen, Finn. I mean, it would be very strange for Mr. Guardiola to come out and say something like that. What else have we got? Sold out, said Kate. Sold out, and I want one. Gotta love how crap United are these days, said Darren Neal. It is it does make me smile, Darren, mate, I'm not gonna lie. Oh, Pep said it sarcastically, said Connor. Look, the mind games will continue to go on between Pep and Klopp as the season goes on, no doubt about it. We've said this from the summer, myself, Connor, loads of Reds, you guys have all said it as well. It looks like Pep Guardiola is a man under pressure, and it looks like Pep Guardiola is starting to show a little few signs of cracking. Manchester City fans are going to come on and say, you're talking out your arse there, mate, and they'll probably think that Jurgen Klopp's showing signs of cracking, but yeah, they will complement each other, and they'll complement each other backhandedly as well, I'm sure, at times throughout the season. But look, at the end of the day, it's all mind games, and all that matters is what both clubs go out and do on the pitch. Who do you predict to be the player of the year and top scorer in the Premier League? Asked Ross Mulcahy. Are we talking non-Liverpool based, Ross, or we'll do for the entire league if that's alright. Who will be player of the year? Could be De Bruyne, mate, if he can stay fit and he can keep up the level of performances that he's putting in so far, because I've got to be honest, Kevin De Bruyne has been exceptional in what I've seen. Top scorer, again, I don't like saying this, but if Aguero stays fit, I think Aguero will be top scorer in the Premier League this season. And I don't mind that. I don't mind if Liverpool players aren't top scorer, because I just want Liverpool to be top of the league at the end of the season. I've said this before. I don't give a shit who scores the goals for Liverpool. I don't care if they're spread out amongst the entire team, as long as we're picking up those 3 points. Individual awards, they're great, they're nice, they're a little ego booster, but for us right now, it's got to be about just the team grinding out those wins week in and week out and trying to remain at the top of the Premier League. We're so deep in his head, said Lux. Yeah, I think we are, to be fair. I mean, I really do think we are inside Pep's little head. Now then, Craig, love this stream, mate. Makes me proud, said Grim Jimbo. Thank you, buddy. And it makes me proud that you like the stream as well and that people tune in to give us a view. He's not like Rafa, he won't bite, said Kate. No, he'll just keep complimenting them. Yeah, I mean, I think Didn't Klopp say that Manchester City were the best team in the world a couple of weeks ago? And I like that. What's my favourite song now? What am I liking right now? I like Lucas Joyner and Logic. I like ISIS. I think that's a really good song. Connor's got me listening to a little bit of Jerry Cinnamon lately, and he's quite good as well. But I don't know, I'm really stuck in my ways, mate. I mean, I like older rap, Jay-Z, stuff like that, but I listen to pretty much anything. Doug said Craig got Skyped, what Duff said. Yeah, I'm never on Skype, mate, and I don't have it on my phone, so if you're trying to contact me, you're really best trying to email me, buddy, rather than Skype, because I never check it. It's only on my laptop, and I'm never really on my laptop. I feel now we've got a good set of goalkeepers, said Red Hulk, which we do, cannot disagree. Insert Eddie Hearn rent-free clip here, said Connor Crosby. Look, I'm not on Twitter anymore, but if anybody out there is on Twitter, check out what's the Eddie Hearn one called? Connor will tell me. What's that Eddie Hearn Twitter account called? Give me 2 seconds, and it's something Eddie Hearn anyway. Craig, get your ears around some Earthless. It'll blow your mind. Okay, I'll have a listen. I'll give it a try. 90s hip hop is best, said David Newell. Yeah, I'm old school. I mean, 90s hip hop, 60s, 50s rock. I mean, I'll listen to anything. I've a pretty wide, broad range when it comes to music. Sorry. Connor, fuck off. Out of context Eddie Hearn, that's the one. Or is it no context Eddie Hearn? It's either no context Eddie Hearn or out of context Eddie Hearn. But either way, it's a really funny Twitter account. I've seen clips of it and it makes me laugh because Eddie Hearn's a funny dude. What's my favourite Eminem song? Probably Stan. I know it's probably obvious, but it is a work of genius, to be fair. Craig Adams reckons 3-0 win against Sheffield United on Saturday. Pour some sugar on me, said Craig. I'm not singing it. Every part of me wants to sing it, mate. Every part of me wants to go full on Def Leppard, but I'm going to have to hang off. Never seen anybody do those things you do before, said Cocky Irish guy. Mate, I've really got no idea. You're very, very strange comments tonight, mate. I'm not saying I like or dislike them, but some strange behaviour. If we win the league, I'd like a statue of Klopp at Anfield or a stand named after him, said Bernadette. Sing it, the pour some sugar on me bit. Nah, I can't. My wife's put my son to bed, and if they hear me screaming shit out of the house, they'll all tell me to shut up. Did you see, actually, on a non-Liverpool note, and I'm not sure how serious he was when he said this, but pour some sugar on me. There you go. I can already hear my wife in there going, oh, you bald twat, shut the fuck up. Anyway, on a non-Liverpool note, Arsene Wenger, he might be taking the piss a little bit here, but he also might be pitching himself for the Manchester United job. He told beIN Sports, Manchester United is a dream job for any manager. At least any manager with courage and confidence. Yes, they need, in my opinion, 4 first-team players, but around those players, I see a squad that is capable of challenging. They aren't as far away as people think. The team... Excuse me, I nearly got sick there. Talking about Manchester United, I'm almost thrown up. The team have a pattern of play, no pattern of pressing. They're a team there, but needs to be coached and developed. Like I said, 4 players and they can be challengers for everything. Like I said, United is a dream job for any coach. I have confidence, I have courage, and you're right, I have ideas. Wow. What do you think? I'm going to have a drink here just to try and keep the vomit down talking about United again. But imagine that. Oh, I'll tell you what, I would get the bag of popcorn out for Mark's stream if Arsene Wenger was announced as Manchester United's manager. I mean, the banter. I can only imagine the banter that will be around if that was the case. But yeah, is that perhaps Arsene Wenger being a little bit tongue-in-cheek? Or is that Arsene Wenger saying, hey, do you know what? If you're going to give Ollie the boo, man will work. Man needs a job. Kate said they need a striker. Yeah, and they need some midfielders as well. Pour some water on you mad joke. No, mate, water and sugar aren't a good combination, Jimbo. Always just the sugar. Some people probably don't understand where the fuck that came from. It came from a stream a long time ago where I think some people were trying to make up a song that would work or something, and just somebody said pour some sugar on me and I just started singing it. Tony said, your wife's going to beat you, Craig. Wake up. Yeah, I'll probably deserve it, mate, to be fair. I'm just a hungry beggar dancing for food. Okay, I'm a juicy weenus, which is a cool name as well. Who's this Ole? Gone in the morning, said Stephen Booker. I hope he doesn't. I hope they keep him on a little bit longer. While we're talking about non-Liverpool related stuff, Bayern Munich seem to be losing their fucking minds at the minute. So Bayern Munich president Uli Hoeneß has come out and declared that the club will not be sending any players on German international duty if Manuel Neuer is dropped in favour of Marc-Andre ter Stegen. You heard me right, motherfuckers. I did just say that Bayern Munich's president Uli Hoeneß has said the club will not be sending any players on German international duty if Manuel Neuer is dropped in favour of Marc-Andre ter Stegen. Is that just the most fucking pathetic, horrible, obnoxious, shitty little statement that you've ever heard? Just like, we don't play Manuel Neuer. No players for you. No players Joachim Löw. You can have no German players. No Bayern Munich players for the German national team. It's Manuel Neuer or nobody. Basically acting like a bit of a bitch there, Uli. A bit of a bitch. Ter Stegen has publicly spoken of his frustration over the lack of playing time he currently gets with Germany, and Uli Hoeneß has sent out a warning to Joachim Löw to say that there will be repercussions if Neuer is dropped, and that's what he told Bild. Speaking, he said, before that takes place, we won't be sending any more national players. We will never accept that there will be a change here. You put Mr. Ter Stegen in the corner and tell him clearly that it doesn't work like that. Uli, mate, look at me. Nobody puts Ter Stegen in the corner. Nobody. Definitely not FC Hollywood. Hope people got my reference there, by the way. Nobody puts Ter Stegen in the corner. When asked if he had a conversation with Joachim Löw, Uli Hoeneß said, or I'm probably mispronouncing his name, he already heard what we've said. His ears will ring. Fuck me. Bit of an ego there, Bayern Munich. A little bit of an ego. Now, I know this isn't the fans saying this, but it is somebody from within the football club coming out with that. They're called FC Hollywood in Germany for a reason, and that's quite frankly shambolic to come out with that type of bollocks, like. I was taken back with Pep in his press conference to talk of subs being game changers, great motivator behind the scenes, said Red Hulk. Speaking of Bayern, has anybody seen this Alphonso Davies play yet? Not really, not much to be honest, Stephen. Wenger to United scum would be bad news, said Kate. Ollie for life, not just for Christmas. That's a belter of a comment, Craig. And not me, Craig Adams. They've since denied saying it. I don't know if they've denied it or if they've kind of distanced themselves from it a little bit, but this was printed by Bild, I believe. Bayern cannot back that up, said Darkness. Those German madmen come at us Irish animals, said Cocky Irish guy. I don't know why we need to bring the Irish into this, even though you are an Irish fella yourself, by the looks of it. I mean, madness, absolute madness to come out and say that from Uli Hoeneß if he said it. He's backtracked already, apparently. Oh, of course he can, because they've no fucking power to do that. They quite simply can't not allow the players to go. There are rules in place for that. Darren Neal said, childish from Bayern, catch yourself on. Bayern is not part of Germany anyway, said Rod. Christ, Craig, that was rather creepy. Nobody puts Ter Stegen in the corner. I'm all about being creepy, cheesy, silly, stupid, gobshitey. Gobshitey is a word I just invented right now. James Maddison for 80 million in the winter in the Echo, said Jack's page. I wouldn't say no, but I'd be amazed if they sell him in mid-season. I mean, it wouldn't make sense, would it? Surely for Leicester's point of view, if they're going to sell him, and I don't think they'll have any intention of doing so, but if they did, the summer would make much more sense from their point of view. James Maddison for 80, we spoke about that one. LFC did not place Ter Stegen in the corner, but they did put the ball in the back of the net 4 times. There was a brilliant image of, I think it was one of the times Genie scored and he went to get the ball off Ter Stegen, and Ter Stegen, was doing what keepers do, holding on to it in the goal, trying to slow them down, and somebody put a caption of, don't worry about it, mate, you'll be getting it back again in a minute, you'll be picking it back out of the net, which was true, because you go and bang another one in then soon enough. Craig Johnny Castle Holden. I don't get that reference. Tom, sorry. How much would the 1989 retro shirt be, and where could I get one? My accounts used Divock Origi, and this is my real name. 3 retro and score draw are always my recommendation for retro shirts, mate. If you're looking for any, I mean, you won't find 2 better sites than those guys. Both German keepers got done over by us in the Champions League, said Joe Tony. Yep, facts are facts. Are you going to watch the Rugby World Cup and also love the stream, said Joseph Kelly? I'm going to be really honest about this, Joseph, mate. Really honest about it. I'm so fucking lazy and anti getting up that early in the morning that I'll probably wait until the quarterfinals before I start getting up to watch it. Great start to the tournament from Ireland, beating Scotland 27-3. If we can beat Japan as well, puts us in the box seat to top the group. But yeah, I'm probably still going to wait till the knockout stages before I get my lazy ass out of bed to watch them. But Ireland being ranked number 1 in the world in rugby is actually amazing, but it doesn't mean jack shit. It's all about winning the World Cup, and it's a pretty open tournament. I mean, you can look at New Zealand, you can look at England, you can look at Ireland. You can't rule out Wales, South Africa, Australia. I mean, the same teams probably, but it is an open tournament, and I hope to God that Ireland do themselves justice with the group that they have. Bayern Munich and Dortmund shag each other and spit in each other's mouths, said I'm Juicy Weenus, which is, I'm sure that they absolutely do not do that, but it's a very strange comment nonetheless. John Hamilton said Leicester sold Maguire for 80 million. Maddison is far better player, so would be wanting in excess of 100. I suppose though it's also about availability, and there wasn't many centre backs around, and they know how much United needed a centre back, so they kind of had United by the short and curlies, John, with regards to Harry Maguire and 80 million, which is completely overpriced still. But anyway, I don't know that we'd pay 80 million for James Maddison, but I don't know that we wouldn't either. So I guess time will tell. Flynn Forrester said, what do you think of Harvey Elliott? I think he's amazing. Look, 16 years of age, Flynn, to go out and put in that performance that he did last night and show the confidence that he did, not to let his head drop when he missed that chance in the first half and hit the bar. He just kept doing the right things, and we've got one hell of a player on their hands. And on that, actually, so where was it? There was something else in my notes here that I wanted to touch on. So there we go. So some transfer related news now. Sport Witness claim Liverpool are interested in signing Napoli midfielder Fabian Ruiz. I always choose, by the way, to just blankly refuse any rumour that links us to somebody who are playing in Europe or somebody from a club who are playing in Europe. So I'm not even paying any heed to this Fabian Ruiz stuff. But Paul Joyce has come out and reported that Fulham apparently want £7 million in compensation from Liverpool for the signing of Harvey Elliott, with the matter likely to be resolved by the Professional Football Compensation Committee. So you guys might remember when we signed Danny Ings, for instance, or when you sign players under a specific age from a club that have been trained and developed by that club, and you sign them on a free contract, that club are still entitled to a training fee or a development fee. The one for Danny Ings was actually a record at the time, and it looks like Fulham wants $7 million from Liverpool in compensation for the training of Harvey Elliott. 7 million seems like a bargain, if I'm being quite honest with you, for what looks like we're going to get from this guy. As Paul Joyce said, this may well go for the Professional Football Compensation Committee. It may go to a tribunal, and the fee may well be agreed there, or not agreed there, but a fee will be delivered there that Liverpool might have to pay. And if it is 7 million, it will still seem like money well spent, because 7 million for a player of the quality of Harvey Elliott seems like an absolute bargain. So look, we'll keep an eye on it. We'll see how it develops. I don't know how these things work. I don't know how they calculate these figures, but I'm sure Liverpool will sit down, Norwich will sit down, or not Norwich, Fulham, will sit down and try and come to an agreement. And if they can't, then it may go to the tribunal, and a fee will be put out there that Liverpool will have to pay. Jimbo said, oh yeah, didn't think about that, fair play. Never knew Elliott or Jones could play in the wings, always thought they were both centre mids, perhaps two Milner like players who will play where you ask them to and give 100%. Yeah, look, Curtis Jones, 18 years of age as well, and can play in numerous positions, and that will massively help him with Jurgen Klopp, because we know that's something that Klopp all likes from his players. Craig Adams said 7 million for Elliott's a bargain anyway. Darkness said, I don't believe LFC transfer news until I see the contract signed. Liverpool's a top table team, everybody wants a piece. Napoli's Brazilian midfielder Alan is reminds me of Ramos. He kicks people, but when he gets farted on, he cries. That on juicy weenus. Yeah, look, those Napoli players were going over very fucking easily in a recent game, and it's something that I'm sure we'll see again at Anfield. You need a strong referee in those games, and somebody that just you just want consistency from the referees in those type of games. Casper, I'm doing brilliantly, mate, as always. Thank you so much. Stephen Booker said, if we're going to spend money, it's rumoured to get Maddison, we'd be better off using it for Kai Havertz, more versatile player. Jamie Murray said, Maddison will be a great signing, but you better feckin' play him because he's one of the few decent midfielders in my fantasy team. So Jamie, phone is being hacked by FIFA. Stream went off and then I pressed on the stream. Craig had changed to white hoodie and was talking about a cup game 6 or 7 minutes in. That is definitely odd, mate. I don't even know if I own a white hoodie, so that's very strange. Ross said, Craig, do you think Klopp is Liverpool's greatest manager of all time compared to Bill Shankly, Paisley, and considering the league was much less competitive back in the 70s and 80s? No, I don't. They all have different merits. Obviously, Paisley the most successful, Shankly the one that put Liverpool on its platform. Rafa won us the Champions League in 2005. Klopp's doing great stuff now, but no, I don't. I think by the time Klopp leaves, he could be in the conversation, but right now, no, I don't think he's the greatest manager of all time. For me, that would be Paisley. Fagan did a great job as well. But no, I don't know. No, I wouldn't say so. No, I think it's far too early to be talking about that. I mean, deliver a league title against this Manchester City team, win the European Cup, win the Super Cup, win the World Club Championship, maybe a couple of other pieces of silverware. Yeah, perhaps. Irish Legend says oil potato head. Or is that oi potato head? Either way, that's Mr. fucking Potato Head to you, Irish Legend, or Sir Potato Head, I will also respond to. And I'm more of a Humpty Dumpty looking motherfucker, mate, than a potato head, but you might as well keep up the old Irish thing and go full on potato, mate, since you're being a dickhead about it. You've got the Liverpool white hoodie, Craig. Liverpool white hoodie. Liverpool white hoodie? That's great, Joanne. That's great. It's definitely not white. It's great. Might have been last night's stream. The grey hoodie, said Dave. Could have been. Yes, I definitely have a grey hoodie. I don't really wear white, so that's what I was thinking. Don't really have a white hoodie. How many managers have got to Champions League finals, never mind win to? I don't know that number off the top of my head. Irish Legend. Sorry, Sir Spud, said Irish Legend. There you go. That's more like it. We'll work with that. Sir Spud will do rather nicely, my friend. Thank you. I'm all for a bit of banter, mate. I take these things quite lightly. Craig Adams said, I would go for Havertz or Sancho over Maddison because of the fee Leicester would command. Yeah, and if 80 million is the amount and you can get Kai Havertz for less than that, I absolutely understand with looking towards Kai Havertz. Jim Herbert said our one big mistake was not getting Kante. I think everybody is kicking themselves. I mean, the fact that Leicester uncovered him in the French League and then the fact that Chelsea went in and got him, they ended up with an absolutely fantastic player, both clubs. I mean, you can't but like and respect N'Golo Kante. It has to be Paisley, doesn't it? The man's trophy record in 9 seasons at the club was incredible, and Shankly is absolutely the godfather, said Ishmael. Don't you just love Craig's put downs? This is the thing about me on here, Jimbo. I try and be politeful and respectful towards everybody until they have a crack, and then it's fair game as far as I'm concerned. You show respect, you'll get it back. You be a dickhead, you'll probably get kicked out, but sometimes you'll get a bit of a go before you get kicked out. Your head looks like it was chiseled from God. I'll take that, mate. I'll take that. I mean, God must have been having an off day that day, but I'll take it. If Maguire's 80 million and VVD's 160 million, said Ace Govender, and I would add to that he's also not for sale. Alternatively, please sign Godzilla and send him to Manchester for the early kick-off, said Rod. It looks white on the screen, said Craig. It could be my pale ass complexion, Joanne, making it look even whiter. Gary Richards said, Craig, does Curtis or Harvey make the bench for Saturday? I will be guessing, mate, but we do have a few injuries, so maybe. I I wouldn't say it's completely out of the ordinary or out of the realms of possibility, mate. If you're looking at Origi perhaps still being injured, Shaqiri still being injured, maybe an injury to Sadio. I'm not sure exactly how that is. Perhaps. I mean, Curtis Jones was sensational. Craig Adams said Curtis Jones has gone up to 52p per share on Football Index, so good plug there for me, Craig. I like it, mate, and that is a bargain. So if you are on Football Index or if you're going to sign up, use the link in the description below. Then 52p is good value for Curtis Jones, and somebody whose value will probably only go up as he gets more game time. So Craig Adams giving you a good little tip there on Footy Index. And again, if you are signing up, use the link in the description below. You bet 20, you'll get 20 free, and it helps the channel as well. It is 18 plus, UK and Irish residents only, and when the fun stops, stop. Up the banner count, he said, I'm Juicy Weenus. Do you spit shine your head? Do you think I'm an amateur, mate? Of course I don't fucking spit shine it. I have a machine to do that shit for me. Do you know what I mean? You're talking to a polished pro here, Irish legend. Do you know what I mean? I've got one of those bowling ball machines that I just stick me noggin in and it goes and then it comes out with this beautiful shiny finished product that you see before you today, sir. But it didn't just happen overnight, Irish legend. I had to work at this. I started off with a bit of a spit polish. Then I worked my way to turtle wax. And eventually got one of just the cloths that you use for the bowling balls. But then, eventually I was in a position in life where I could afford a proper shining machine to buff the shit out of this beautiful shiny ass head of mine. How many goals do you think the front three will get this season? In the league, let's be real quick about it. 25, 15, 60 to 65 in the league at a guess, Flynn, between the two of them. Can we take a moment to remember 8 years ago Adidas cut our club deal because we were no longer a significant club, and now we're about to sign a record-breaking deal and are the most significant club, said Ross. Yes, there was a sly little dig from Adidas when they were finishing up with us, and they said basically, I'm paraphrasing here, but they said that we weren't worth the money that we were looking for at the time. Well, yeah, times have changed, motherfuckers, and look at us now. Doubt me now, motherfuckers, doubt me now. Teach me, master, said Irish. It takes years, mate. I mean, you thought like, becoming a sushi chef was difficult work. Getting this shine on the old noggin, that takes a long time. Look, ladies and gents, I'm going to leave it there for tonight. I hope you enjoyed the stream. I had lots of fun with you guys as always. I'll be back tomorrow night at 9:30 where we'll be building up to the game against Sheffield United on Saturday morning. We've gone through my started or predicted 11 for tonight and the score for 3-0 as well. Love to know your thoughts. If you're watching this on playback, please do let me know in the comment section below. Love to know your thoughts on all the FIFA stuff as well, and anything else that you guys want to talk about. If you haven't subscribed to the channel before you head off, if you can do me one little favour and hit that subscribe button as well and give the stream a thumbs up, that would be much appreciated. Look, ladies and gents, thank you as always for your time. Take care of your families, tell your loved ones that you love them, and up the motherfucking Reds. Love to you all.